Okay, hello. Hi, Fatima. It's your favorite tutor. Back again for the third installment of your personal narrative essay. Once again, I'm representing the great University of Houston downtown, Go Gators, who gives me a free Zoom account well, they will give you a free Zoom account for the rest of your life. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's look at your request, shall we? Oh no, that's not your request. That's my homework. I'm so sorry. Thank you for providing so much information. You gave us all of this and you attached three documents. Some students, um, mo most students don't do all that, so thank you. All right, um, let's just kind of walk it through. Let me make my face smaller. The power of magic. Okay, so this is just the rubric, the assignment. All right, I think I got that. Let's look at this one. This looks like a peer review. So I guess somebody peer reviewed your paper. Peer review, some people trust it, some people don't. But I hope you got something out of it. I don't know if you just get one, but typically you're supposed to get at least two. Um, yeah, I was looking over this. It looks pretty good. Uh, Big highlighter, right? Big highlighter. You got mostly yeses on everything except the organization. And that makes sense because we actually didn't talk too much about organization. That and also, okay, so I'm a really good tutor, but I gotta say, organization, even I struggle with organization, but it really does make a big difference where something comes. Like, does it come first? Does it come later? I think we talked about the pyramid of writing concerns from the University of Victoria. We pretty much handled all this. This is what tutors are supposed to handle. That thesis, although I think there was a little bit of a question about the thesis. I guess this was taken as the thesis. And it's good. Again, thesis is such a like big word. It means so many things. Um, but I think we did also mention that if nothing has changed in the thesis, it's a little boring, like that you learned a lesson, right? Um, that's the problem about being too safe with the writing, is that it's boring. So, um, something for you to think about. All right, but back to the pyramid of writing concerns. Yeah, it's probably organization. How is the paper organized? Is the organization logical? Does it have clear directions and transitions? Okay, so we didn't focus much on any of that because, again, this is the bulk of the writing. Um, you definitely got purpose and audience down, I think, for sure. Um, and things like sensory imagery don't fall on this. Well, do they? I don't know. It could be development, like show don't tell, like episodes with the dialogue. That could be like a development. We were developing the story. Um, yeah. Speaking of sensory details, we did a great job on that. We described the father. And I guess the side eye look was people like that. So yeah. Um, that's good. All right, so back to the organization. Yeah. I think the recommendation was to They say, in my personal opinion, I feel that should have started the explanation. Okay, so basically to take the stuff on education that was on page two and to try to squeeze it into page one. Okay, and at this point, I should open up the essay. So it's probably the ethics talk. Um, so you might want to, I'm not going to edit this or anything. I'm just screencasting. This is the nature of an asynchronous tutorial. Um, but you might want to take the ethics, and this will actually make total sense, Fatima, because as you know, I think we've already talked about it. When people get to the end, that is the conclusion, they suddenly start writing the introduction. Something about getting to the end of something makes you take like this very broad, like broad general view of the whole thing. So my recommendation is to follow the advice you were given. Take this piece here with the ethics and put it somewhere over here. You might want to do it just right here. Again, I'm not going to make any edits. Um, but yeah, you might want to do it right here, right before you start talking, because it's still kind of, well, education, yeah, I think we talked about this yesterday, I guess, is like the link between, or like staying focused in your education is the link. Um, so whereas this is you and this is your father, education can go right here in the middle. All right, and I think that handles that. And I think also you had some peculiar color coding requests, like additionally, please provide light blue highlights for descriptive details or character developments. Okay, all right, no problem. Now, at this point, though, I will have to edit it, so I'm sorry. I will send it back to you with the highlights. Um, I should have a folder specifically for you. No, never mind. All right. Let me just call it N Fatima. Since I'm kind of going to edit it, I'll put an E for edit. And I think everything should always use your last name. Okay. So we want light blue for the, is it the description? Descriptive details or character development. Okay. So as you know, I'm a weird person. I start from the end of things. Um, I guess quiet. I don't know if you can see that. I don't even know how effective the highlighting, but whatever. Okay. Um, all right, that dry heat pressed against all that. Yeah, that was really good. And the light gray, yeah, because we described the sidewalks. And then you metaphorically tie it to the path that he's setting for you. Very good. Um, I guess we'll leave that as thesis. I think all dialogue, by virtue of being dialogue, counts as character development. Um, so by the same token, this will get, I hope I'm doing this right. I'm not just highlighting like random things. Um, all right, the dirty job site and the ragged, haggard appearance of your father. I so love that you put in the smells. Not many writers do that. So even the simile, like gasoline does. Um, yeah, even internal monologues are kind of like character development. Uh, wa alaikum assalam. All right, so all of this, all of your dialogue is gonna kind of sketch out the character, so to speak. A lot of description, man. That's why you got A's on the description category. Of course, here's the problem. I guess it was the one that was most liked was the side eye. Um, this whole thing. This was the other one that got a lot of likes. The physical description of the father. All right. What else? You have like three of these. I also need you to highlight in light orange at least one moment when I attempted to integrate my lesson. Okay, so this is going to tie into, I already closed it. Man, but it should be one of these, right? All right, yeah, that's going to tie into one of these categories. Oh, the first one, uh, which got a yes. That's good. Um, does it sound as though the writer learned a lesson? And slash or is it clear that there is a message the writer wants us to learn? Yes. Yes. I think you got it. Even though it was hard and it was tricky, because we didn't know. Like, I still don't know. One day I will ask ChatGPT, how do you show, not tell with the thesis, which is known as like the most abstract academic summary of another summary of multiple analyses. Like that is so acad there is no show and tell in that kind of writing. That's my thesis. Um, and so I need to know how. But I think even though we didn't know how, we still kind of figured it out. All right. So for you, um, yeah. Yeah, the thesis literally. Um, wait, is that the exact same one? I keep closing it. I should stop closing it. Long hours. They feel okay. All right, so it's not exactly the same, but okay, they don't have orange, Fatima, so I'm gonna give you red. Sorry. All right. I think you only needed one of those highlights. The color coding. Craziness. Okay. At least one moment. All right, there you go. And then lastly, the conclusion. Total, you want 900 words. Okay. So we're almost done. You're at 700 words. Conclusion. Okay, so like I said, I will send you this back along with this video, obviously. Um, Let me see if I can, if I have anything special. I have stuff that's in synonym. I think I called it conclusion strategy. Oh no, just conclusions. All right, well, you kind of want to go to Texas A&M, and here is something from Texas A&M. Um, you might want to you might want to pause the video and give it a read through. Signposting is like transitions. We didn't use a lot because it's just kind of higher on the tower, and so don't always have time. But okay, conclusion. Okay, so I should just tell you that my professor for this class has a very kind of safe writing mindset. So here you see it. Good ideas for the conclusion. Always a safe idea to repeat the thesis. Um, Answers the so what question. I've never understood that, and I think it's a notional idea. So take from that what you will. I don't know how to do this one. to recap without repeating the conclusions of the individual sections. Um, all of this kind of seems to me like really kind of hard to do. I think maybe it's the thing that makes conclusions so scary to write. Um, Dang, and that really is the last. Oh, come on, Dr. Lee. All right, maybe if I go to thesis statement, this is another thing that my professor wrote. We were talking about this yesterday briefly. I was like, oh, we talked about all these things of a thesis. Here's the thing about like it can be two sentences, yes, three, sure, four. You're pushing your luck. So that's good to note. Um, Anyways, thesis as a conclusion. Um, I don't know if you want to try this idea of like stabbing in the dark, like guessing at what your thesis is, but it seems like it would always work. Your thesis will change. This is also kind of what we talked about. If your thesis does not change, you've learned nothing in writing the paper. So I don't know if you had to take a stab in the dark at the one thing that changed. Um, Seems to me your perspective on your father. That's my stab in the dark. All right, and then the conclusions. I think this was the better one. Um, all right, so the plural theses, like one in every paragraph, which you don't really need to do for 1301, but it's there. Um, Give me, man, there is not, okay. I'm gonna have to Google this really fast. Hold on. Conclusion. I swear to God, I used to have a document. No, that's not the one I want. Um, okay, hold on. Let me just look. It really should be in here because I used to give it away. Bruh. Okay, hold on. Let me hunt it down if I can remember. Um, it was a UHD thing. So let me go to the University of Houston downtown. Whew, okay, it was a handout. Okay, I do have it. I'm not crazy. Well, I mean, I am a little crazy, but um okay, maybe this is it. Oh, I found it. Okay. Okay, so I'll also send you the copy of this too. This is from the Edmund CC Writing Center. I have no idea where that is at, but okay, some things to talk about. Uh, okay, here's like the moneymaker. The simplest way to conclude your paper is to review its major ideas. So again, this is the very safe, like repeat the thesis, or if you have multiple theses, repeat them. Um, Another kind of safe strategy is to again restate the thesis in different words to avoid monotony. Um, okay, but these are the better ones, I think. You can interpret the significance of the material presented. Um, so what might this mean to your father if you read it? What might this mean to you in 10 years if you reread it? What might this mean to somebody that you don't know? What might this mean to another girl from Saudi Arabia? Um, and then I think this is the best one. This is like it could almost be fun. Other conclusions make predictions based on the material in the body of the paper. Now, unfortunately, this one does lean more towards like research papers. Um, you might want to stick with the interpreting the significance. But if you had presented like different research articles, you could say in the future there might be a whatever. And then this one might also work for you, the anecdote. An anecdote is just a secret story, a personal story. Here they're using Dr. Salk talking to a small boy. Told him Dr. Salk invented the polio vaccine. The boy, looking puzzled, said, "Daddy, what's polio?" All right, so a funny little story. So anyways, my advice is to go for this one, put that in your conclusion, um, and good luck. I've already talked so much. Bye, good luck. We'll see you next time. Oh, hearts don't work here, but all right, whatever. Bye.